They say you can't have it all, that somewhere along the road you'll be forced to choose the spotlight or the treasure. I've stood at that fork in the road. One path glittered with likes, follows, flashing lights, and endless applause. The other was quiet, lonely, but promising. One was fame, the other riches. Not just money, but wealth, freedom, peace. And this is the story of how I had to choose between being famous and being wealthy. Fame has a way of seducing you before you even realize you're chasing it. It starts small, a viral post, a big reaction, comments rolling in, followers rising, and suddenly you're addicted. You're not creating because it's meaningful anymore. You're creating because it's trending. I remember when one of my videos blew up, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. People were DMing me. Brands were emailing me. Friends I hadn't spoken to in years were congratulating me. It felt good, like I mattered. But something strange happened. That rush, it faded, fast. And then came the pressure. How will I top this? What if I flop next time? I wasn't building a business. I was chasing attention. I was becoming a product, not a producer. Riches, on the other hand, don't come with applause. They come with discipline, consistency, sacrifice. While fame gave me dopamine hits, wealth came from systems, from late nights learning, not posting, from investing in silence, from building skills that no one clapped for yet. I started turning down collaborations that looked good online but paid in exposure. I started focusing on clients that didn't know my follower count but respected my work. And guess what? The money started growing. Quietly, slowly, surely. I wasn't being recognized at events, but my bank account started recognizing my effort. I wasn't trending, but I was building. Quietly, powerfully. Still, the temptation never went away. Every time I saw a peer go viral, I felt that itch again. That little voice. Maybe you're doing it wrong. But I had to remind myself, attention isn't the same as impact, and going viral isn't the same as going far. Fame wants everything now. Riches are okay with waiting. There's a story I once heard. I was only a child when I overheard my uncles talking about it. I know it was a true story. The key characters were people I knew. Family friends. I've never forgotten it. It was about a man who desperately wanted to be rich. Not just wealthy, but unstoppably rich. So, he turned to an ancient spiritual path. A ritual. A pact, you might call it. So he went to meet some kind of spiritualist. A seer. Or a medium. Someone who could wave some magic wand or create some magic dust that will make him instantly rich and famous. But he was in for a big surprise. The spiritualist told him, "You can have what you want, but to receive it, you must choose a sacrifice." He was given 3 options. 1. Lose your mind for 7 years. Yes, you are going to go nuts for 7 years. If you make it, you will get your heart desires. 2. Remain biologically impotent for life. You can have everything you want now, except for one thing. You will be useless to the ladies. 3. Enjoy your wealth, but die exactly 7 years after receiving it. This is not what he thought it would be. Are there easier choices? Of course there were none. So he sat with these options for days, weeks, months. Each one felt unbearable. Madness, legacy, mortality. He couldn't choose. He was paralyzed. The cost of each option felt too great. So he chose nothing. And he did nothing. And he became nothing. And in the end, he died poor. not because he didn't have the opportunity, but because he couldn't accept the price that came with it. That story is extreme, yes, but it's real in its symbolism. Every dream has a price. The question is never, do I want it? The question is, am I willing to pay for it? Even now, we are always faced with hard choices. It may not be as tough as what was presented to my family friend. Here's what I learned from this nightmarish childhood memory. 1. There are no shortcuts to true and sustainable success. 2. Whatever you do, there's a price to pay. 3. We are always choosing whether to pay the price or walk away. 4. Fame is rented. Riches are owned. Clout can disappear in a week. But real skills, assets, and wealth, those compound over time. 5. You can't build in the spotlight. Growth requires stillness, quiet, discipline. But let's talk about that. Because building in silence, it's powerful, but also hard. Especially today, we live in a world where everything is shared, documented, performed. If you're not posting about it, it's like it never happened. If you're not being seen, you start to question your value. But the truth is, some of the most meaningful breakthroughs don't look good on camera. They don't come with viral moments. They come in the form of quiet repetition, sitting at your desk while the world is out partying, turning down the flashy project to build something slower but scalable, practicing skills when no one's clapping. Building in silence means you're okay being underestimated. You're okay not being validated by strangers. You're not proving, you're becoming. And it's hard because most people are addicted to recognition. But growth, real growth, is private and personal. To overcome the lure of instant fame, you need a stronger why. Ask yourself, would I still do this if no one ever knew? Would I still build it if it took 3 years to be seen? Can I stay loyal to my craft, even when the spotlight's elsewhere? The key is replacing validation with vision. Fame fades, but a clear vision will keep you moving even when no one's watching. Because here's the paradox. The more you build in silence, the louder your results will speak when it's time. 1,000 true supporters are worth more than 1 million passive fans. Go deep, not wide. Legacy isn't loud. The most powerful builders in the world aren't trending. They're focused. Hard choices define rich lives. If it's easy, it's probably not valuable. Like this video if it resonated with you. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And subscribe if you want more real stories about building a life of quiet power and purpose. Stay grounded, stay focused, and remember, sometimes the richest life is lived in silence.